In this video, we're going to talk about what to expect from your day out doing trail work, how to prepare, and how to stay safe once you're out on the trail. A day out doing trail work is a lot like a day out enjoying the trail. A lot of the stuff you're going to need is going to be the same. However, there are some things that you need that'll be a little different.
To be prepared for your next event, make sure to bring long sleeves, long pants, and a good pair of hiking boots or closed-toed shoes.
Protect yourself from the elements, the thorny stuff, the sun, all of it.
In addition to proper clothing, make sure to have some kind of pack with you, whether it's a backpack or a hip pack, whatever you typically bring on a normal day on the trail.
The most important thing to bring is plenty of water. We recommend at least 2 liters, maybe more depending on how warm it's going to be.
Also make sure to have plenty of snacks with you, and possibly a lunch if it's an all-day work event.
No food, no fuel, no fun.
Since nature is so unpredictable, we want to make sure to have a couple additional items in our pack to be ready for the elements. Things like sunglasses, sunscreen, rain jackets for the rain and wind, and extra warm layers will make sure we're ready for the day.
Personal protective equipment, or PPE, is also critical to staying safe on the trail. We can provide it if you don't have your own, but if you do have your own, it's usually a good idea to bring it along. That includes things like a hard hat. This protects you from things falling or poking you in the head. Sunglasses or safety glasses protect your eyes, and gloves. Bring your own because the ones we provide don't fit anyone very well. One of the things you'll find when you come out to an ATA event is that we start every day with a safety talk. We cover our 3 priorities. Our first priority always being safety. Our second priority being to have a good time. If we're out here, we have fun, we come back out again, we bring our friends, we end up getting more done in the long run. And our third and distant priority is to achieve the project goals.
Another thing we want to keep in mind while we're out doing trail work is the environment that we're in. Some of those things include sharp and spiny vegetation, wildlife, steep slopes, and the elevations that we work at.
Really, the most dangerous part of the environment that we're going to be working in, though, is the people that we're taking out with us. We need to be hyper aware of where everybody is and what they're doing as we're moving out to the work site, as we're doing our trail work, and then as we're coming back. We need to make sure that we're communicating and that we're aware of what everybody's doing while we're out there.
Depending on the type of work we may be doing, there's a variety of tools you may use out on the trail. Let's take a look at these tools, how to use them properly and safely.
Often the first tool that volunteers will use out on the trail are these, the long-handled loppers. We'll use these to cut out a lot of the vegetation that's encroaching upon the trail corridor. It's used to cut the small limbs and branches that might be in the way. We don't want to use them for anything larger than, say, our thumb. To keep them safe, we want to make sure that we keep our hands out of the cutting parts so that we don't accidentally cut ourselves.
And for those larger limbs and branches, we'll be using a handsaw. A sharp saw is a safe saw, so you always want to make sure you're protecting the cutting edges when you're not using it by putting the tool back in the sheath or setting it on your backpack. The saw is not designed like a carpenter saw. It's only intended to cut wood as you're pulling the saw towards you, not as you're pushing it away.
Once all that vegetation's been removed from the trail corridor, it's likely that we're going to have to do some digging. Now, digging in Arizona often involves more than just taking a shovel and pushing it into some soft earth. You're going to need something with a little more heft, like this Pickmatics. These short-handled tools are perfect for digging in the hard earth that we find along the Arizona Trail. This pointy pick end is really great for getting in between the rocks. The important safety tip with these kinds of tools, though, is to make sure that we're maintaining proper distance. The proper distance is the length of your arm plus the length of your tool away from the nearest person.
And for projects where we have to remove a lot of roots, the Pulaski might be the right tool for the job. With both an axe head and a mattock head, it's a great tool for chopping out roots and small stumps. But remember, neither of these tools are meant for prying rocks. We have better tools for that. If we do need to pry rocks from the trail, the rock bar is the only tool we want to use. It provides the leverage that we need to move large rocks from the trail tread and along the trail for projects.
Once we've done the hard work of loosening up all that ground, that's when our shovel can really come into handy. It's really great for getting in and moving loose dirt or for moving material from one place to another.
And when there's trail shaping that needs to be done, whether that's a new trail or a new rolling grade dip, a McLeod is a great tool to shape the earth just the way you want it. It's also a great tool to remove loose rocks and debris during trail maintenance.
And remember, because both of these tools have long handles, they're not meant to be swung above our shoulders. Once we've put all of our tools away and headed off the trail, it's time to go and report our volunteer time. Every volunteer hour has a tremendous financial value to both the Arizona Trail Association and to our land management partners. The time that you spend reporting your volunteer time is just as important as all that time that you spent moving dirt.